Coming up on Explore Television, we're going to explore the natural beauty of the inland Northwest, from jet boating into Hell's Canyon to bird watching in Pend Oreille County. Get ready for Explore TV.
Thank you for watching Explorer HD TV. If you're visiting for a weekend or you've been here all your life, we'll show you the best places in the inland Northwest to explore. Now, here's your Explorer guide, Christy Goranson.
Welcome to Explore Television. I'm Christy Goranson. The inland Northwest is home to some magnificent scenery. We're here in Clarkston, Washington at Granite Lake Park, and we'll explore this area in a minute. But first, if you know someone who is a bird lover, then you need to plan a trip to Pend Oreille County, Washington. It's home of a spectacular bird watching trail and also an area where you can see a very rare migration of birds in progress.
You can't believe how excited I am about this.
Katie Krause is president of the Spokane Audubon Society.
If you come like on a bus trip here, you will become introduced to the wonders of nature and the wonders of bird watching.
Well over 100 people have shown up on this beautiful March day for the Swan Festival, a chance to get a glimpse at the migrating tundra swan.
Most of the birds will arrive on the breeding grounds before it is ice-free.
This happens once a year at Kalispell Lake on the Kalispell Indian Reservation. This event is co-hosted by the Kalispell Tribe, the Department of Natural Resources, and the Pend Oreille River Tourism Alliance.
Well, at the peak there were probably a good 10 to 20,000 or more that come through here. So at any one time you'll see 10,000 strong or so coming through this area.
They call Martha Jordan the Swan Lady. She says most of the birds took advantage of the warm weather to continue their journey. Those still on the lake have one thing in mind.
So here you'll see the behavior is a lot of action, a lot of moving around, a lot of eating. Eating.
Not all the birdwatchers are lucky enough to see the swan migration, but fortunately this area is home to hundreds of other species.
210, yeah, now that's a lot of birds.
Some are very rare.
And not too many people get to see so many of the great blue herons, and the place is just dripping with great blue herons. They're just all over the place. I saw a hooded merganser, also northern pintails.
Anyone can track these birds using the Eastern Washington Audubon Society's newest map feature, the Palouse to Pines Loop.
On the cover, there is a picture of the white-headed woodpecker. Now, people will come from all over to get to see a white-headed woodpecker because they are not very common.
Hillary Hersher is with the Washington Audubon Society.
With the map that you have, it brings people into Spokane where the trail actually starts. And it's a wonderful figure 8. You come into Spokane, you do Mount Spokane, Farron Ranch Conservation Area, Antoine Peak. You come up all the way into this fabulous Pend Oreille County pine country. Then you go over into the Colville, back down around.
The Palouse to Pines Loop is the 6th map featuring Washington State's birding trails. It can be used year-round.
There is a spring, summer, fall, and winter seasonal guide on the back of your maps to tell you the best seasons for birding.
All of the tours are self-guided. You get to enjoy them at your own pace.
You haven't lived unless you've gone bird watching.
Special thanks to the Kalispell Natural Resources Department for the incredible tour of the migrating tundra swans. For more information, go to the Pend Oreille River Tourism Alliance at porta-us.com. You'll also find a link there where you can purchase a map of the Audubon Society's Palouse to Pines birding trail.
From the calm waters of Kalispell Lake to the raging rapids of Hell's Canyon, we're going jet boating next.
Take the short drive to the Lewiston-Clarkston Valley where you can enjoy the new upcoming award-winning wineries, meet local winemakers, and discover the culture and history of our unique location. Be sure to sample Clearwater Canyon Cellars Renaissance Red. Visit Coulter's Creek Vineyard and Winery tucked in the hills near historic Spalding. Stop in the Basalt Cellars tasting room just a stone's throw away from the confluence of the Snake and Clearwater Rivers. Visit the Hells Canyon Visitors Bureau for more information. Your adventure is waiting.
Welcome to the Lewiston-Clarkston Valley, located about 5 hours southeast of Seattle and 2 hours south of Spokane. In the LC Valley, you have Idaho on one side, Washington on the other, the confluence of the Snake and Clearwater rivers in between. It's the area known as the gateway to Hells Canyon. The name really doesn't do it justice. For the outdoorsman, Hells Canyon is really heaven on earth. It's North America's deepest river gorge, beating out the Grand Canyon by 2,000 feet. Carved out by the mighty Snake River, the Hells Canyon National Recreation Area stretches all the way to the Washington-Oregon border. And with extremely limited access, one of the only ways to see this natural wonder is by jet boat.
We have several tour companies that take daily tours out of Hells Gate Park here and also in Clarkston for a jet boat tour that you can enjoy a half-a-day tour or a full-day tour, which includes lunches and breaks and everything all in one day.
Jet boat tours and rafting trips through Hells Canyon attract about 30,000 visitors every year, and with good reason. The natural beauty of Hells Canyon is breathtaking.
There's an abundance of wildlife in Hells Canyon. And you stop and take pictures, the Rocky Mountain bighorn sheep and bear and deer, and you see everything throughout the day.
Not only will you want to snap shots of the scenery and wildlife, but you'll learn about the rich history of Hells Canyon along the way. Buffalo Eddy is one of the historic sites you can visit. Indian petroglyphs grace the rugged rocks here. They're from the Nez Perce people who lived in Hells Canyon for thousands of years. You may also stop at one of the old homesteads along the river, preserved, to give you a glimpse of life from a bygone era. But don't forget about the rapids. These trips are about adventure. And maybe about getting a little wet. Explorers Lewis and Clark traveled through Hells Canyon and rode about rapids 150 yards wide. The jet boat will pound right through those rapids, giving you the ride of your life.
Some of the times it's slow, mellow stretches, and then the next thing you know, you come around the next corner and it's exhilarating rapids. And you're roaring through the rapids and the safety and comfort of a jet boat.
You can choose a day trip with lunch and a nice afternoon on one of the sandy beaches, or overnight it. The jet boat will take you to a remote rustic lodge for the night. Either way, you'll experience Hells Canyon in all its glory, an experience you'll never forget. For more information on jet boat tours through Hells Canyon, visit the Hells Canyon Visitor Bureau at hellscanyonvisitor.com.
If you would prefer to explore the beautiful Lewiston-Clarkston Valley on dry land, there are several up-and-coming wineries, there are state parks and museums that will give you a very unique way to experience the culture and the land. That's next on Explore Television.
Quality Inn & Suites is the perfect place to stay when exploring the LC Valley. Newly refurbished rooms are comfortable and affordable. Enjoy the outdoor pool and drinks in the Q Lounge. Bogey's Restaurant offers the finest steaks and seafood with a great selection of Northwest wines. The unique banquet facilities can accommodate groups from 10 to 300. Quality Inn & Suites is near all the area activities. Jet boat excursions, steelhead fishing, whitewater rafting, and year-round golfing make the area a sportsman's paradise. Make your reservation at Quality Inn & Suites in Clarkston and start your adventure.
Olson, did you lose the Pickering account?
Yes, sir, I did.
Did you take him to Churchill Steakhouse? Well, then you're fired. You lost the account, you fix it.
Churchill's Steakhouse, where deals get done.
Jet boating through Hell's Canyon is just one part that makes the Lewiston-Clarkston Valley a place to explore. This is the land of Meriwether Lewis and William Clark. This is the land of the Nez Perce. For thousands of years, the Nez Perce people would make camp in this area along the Clearwater River, just in time for steelhead season in the fall. In the 1830s, American missionaries Henry and Eliza Spalding moved here, ready to teach the Nez Perce the Christian religion. The Spaldings and the tribe built a school, church, homes, a community. Many of the buildings are preserved for your exploration at the Nez Perce National Historic Park in Spalding, Idaho, just a few minutes drive east of Lewiston.
We have an odd national park here. We have 38 sites in 4 states that tell thousands of years of history of the Nez Perce people and their culture.
You'll want to visit the Spalding Visitor Center. Inside, artifacts from the Nez Perce tell a story of a peaceful and diverse tribe.
The one part of the exhibit that everybody's drawn to is the horse. The Nez Perce are a horse culture, continue to be a horse culture, and so they make beautiful horse accoutrements, and so the visitors are drawn to our horse display.
The Spaldings are buried on site, and you can visit the remnants of their home and the old cemetery. Follow the Clearwater River into Lewiston, where it meets the Snake, and you'll find Hell's Gate State Park. The Visitor Center commemorates the journey of Lewis and Clark and welcomes you to the 800 acres of park.
We do have an extensive trail system through here that welcomes equestrian people and people that hike and also mountain bikers.
Hell's Gate State Park also has a great day use area. There are shelters you can rent for the day, or if you want to spend more time, rent one of the park's 8 cabins or bring your RV to the campground. Once you're settled at Hell's Gate State Park, why not explore the LC Valley's growing wine industry?
Recently, we just have new wineries coming up here into Lewiston and Clarkston. We have 3 of them. We have a little wine tour that you can go on. We have a map and a guided tour that you can follow while you're here.
Up-and-coming winemakers like Coco Umaker of Clearwater Canyon Cellars are using grapes grown in the LC Valley for a unique local flavor.
We actually make wines 100% from valley-grown grapes, which is really neat. To be able to come to a place, tour the valley, and taste the flavors of the valley. This place was very famous for wine 100 years ago, and we feel like we're bringing it back.
Vine by vine, Coco and other local grape growers are nurturing varietals like Chardonnay, Cab Franc, and Syrah, and with great success.
So the wine I'm drinking here is Renaissance Red.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And it's made entirely from grapes grown in the valley.
That's awesome.
The weather in the LC Valley seems to be perfect for growing grapes.
It's absolutely beautiful temperature, which is why it's an amazing place to grow grapes. We're a banana belt, 700 feet above sea level, and truly gorgeous year-round.
Coulter's Creek is another winery taking advantage of the region's climate and good soil.
We wanted to kind of get back to nature and start from the beginning with the vines and end with the wine.
Melissa Sanborn and her husband have created a little oasis along Highway 3 just outside the town of Julietta, Idaho. Getting to Coulter's Creek is just part of the adventure.
Usually the first comment that when people walk in is, "That's one heck of a road, when are you getting a bridge?" And we tell them we're working on it.
Yeah. But it's worth the trip, and once you've made it, you'll be treated just like part of the family. It's safe to say Coulter's Creek won't stay a local secret for long. As you head back into town, cross the confluence and head into Clarkston, Washington, the folks at Basalt Cellars will greet you with a smile and some award-winning wines.
This is Bijou Rouge.
The winery's owners and winemakers Rick Wassam and Linda Vleming will share their enthusiasm for wine and the place they call home.
And if you like good wine and great people, we do, and that's why it's fun to be here.
For more information on these wineries, the Nez Perce National Historic Park and Hell's Gate State Park, head to hellscanyonvisitor.com. Coming up next on Explore TV, If all this talk of travel and wine has you feeling a little hungry, just wait. We'll visit a unique Inland Northwest steakhouse that will put the sizzle back in your life.
If you're looking for an exciting, affordable adventure, come to the Lewiston-Clarkston Valley, the gateway to Hell's Canyon. Enjoy a historical tour through North America's deepest river gorge, one of Mother Nature's masterpieces. Plan a refreshing retreat only 99 miles south of Spokane with riverfront lodging, restaurants, and award-winning wineries. The area is rich in cultural experiences and entertaining festivals and events. For more information and getaway packages, visit hellscanyonvisitor.com. Your adventure is waiting in the Lewiston-Clarkston Valley, gateway to Hell's Canyon.
Your style, your look, our mission, providing excellence in interior design.
So how about pairing that delicious red wine you just discovered with a prime steak cooked to perfection? At Churchill's in Spokane, Washington, you'll have a truly elegant wining and dining experience.
If the sizzle and aroma coming from the kitchen at Churchill's Steakhouse don't get your attention, then maybe this will. Churchill's is so proud of its prime, dry-aged cuts of meat, they want you to see exactly what you're getting, and these are portions that will truly stick to your ribs.
Churchill's is an entirely prime steakhouse, so all of our steaks that we serve are prime grade, which is only the top 2% of beef produced in the nation. We take our time and we do it right. We dry age everything in-house. We cut it by hand. We just take really good care of our steaks so that when you get them, it's going to be the best steak you've ever had.
Churchill's is full of glitz and glamour.
Upstairs we can do a full steak dinner and, special occasions.
Leather armchairs and cozy couches.
Downstairs if you just want a burger and a beer, watch the game, we can do that too.
And an extensive wine list.
Basically based on Big Reds, since we are a steakhouse, we do have oysters too, so we have some nice crisp whites. But basically Big Reds, mostly we try to keep a Northwest focus because we are a Northwest steakhouse, so plenty of great Washington wines we're putting out.
One of the unique luxuries of Churchill's is their wine locker. Say you want a bottle of Cave B or Beaumont Cellars, you just give the list to Nicole of what you want and then she does the rest. The next thing you know, your wine locker is stocked with all of your favorite wines.
It can be any wine. I do the purchasing, so I go and find it for you. It can be anything that you want. It doesn't have to be off our list, as long as you have some patience. If you want a 1983 Rothschild, it might take me a while to find it, but I'll find it for you.
When you visit Churchill's, you'll need to bring your appetite. Dive into the jumbo shrimp cocktail or dig into the beefsteak tomato salad. Give the cowboy rib steak or lamb chops a try, and you'll be intrigued by the special dessert called the chocolate sack.
My favorite meal here, I'm a New York strip girl. We have a beautiful 16-ounce New York strip steak, and just the way it's marbled and the texture and the flavor, I'm a New York girl all the way.
The current glory of Churchill's Steakhouse hasn't been easy to achieve. Back in the summer of 2008, the Joel Building fire destroyed several businesses and heavily damaged the interior of Churchill's. The sprinkler system drenched the steakhouse, and the future of Churchill's looked pretty grim. But now it's back and better than ever, an ode to the steakhouse's namesake, Winston Churchill.
Churchill was a very strong person. He never gave up, and he insisted on quality, and we're about quality here. And he was the prime minister, and we're a prime steakhouse, so it kind of ties into that as well. But yeah, just with the decor and with the caliber of what we're serving and what we're trying to provide, we think Winston would have been happy with it.
Maybe you noticed the elegant leather armchairs or the beautiful cozy couches here at Churchill's. Coming up next on Explorer TV, you'll meet the designers behind the luxury you see here at Churchill's and also behind the design of some amazing vacation homes here in the Inland Northwest.
Pend Oreille County is celebrating 100 years this summer. The David Thompson Brigade will be stopping in Newport as part of their 1,000-mile bicentennial canoe voyage. At the Lavender Festival in Newport, you can sample wine and culinary delights, listen to live music, or shop at the open-air market. Don't miss the powwow or the county fair. Spend the Labor Day weekend at the affair on Main Street in Medellin Falls, a car show, a bike show, and much more. And the Newport Music Festival's 3 days of bluegrass and folk is the perfect way to finish off the summer centennial.
Welcome back to Explore Television. We are at Lake Coeur d'Alene, one of the many beautiful lakes in this area, and a lot of people have cabins on the area lakes, like the one that we're at right now. We hooked up with one of the talented designers of Madison Home, and he shows us what real vacation home style is all about and how you can put that style in your own cabin.
Heading to the lake for the weekend. It's a tradition in the Inland Northwest, and with so many beautiful lakes in the region, it's easy to see why. But many lake cabins are second homes, where style is often overlooked.
All right, here we are.
Wow.
Well, this screams lake cabin to me. This is like the epitome of what I envision, you know, kind of a mishmash of whatever you can find.
We dragged designer Martin Springer from Madison Home in Spokane, Washington, out to Lake Coeur d'Alene for a look at a typical lake cabin. It's function over form because really, most of the time you're on the beach, right?
Take all this back and really open the space up.
Oh.
Do some floor-to-ceiling windows in here.
Yeah.
Just really take advantage of that awesome view.
Martin says it's easy to get a new look.
You can do some really inexpensive updates with some